So boom, what is up guys, welcome back to another video. So today we're going to try to attempt to install this electronic GFB Boost Controller. So you guys know I've had this controller for a while now, never really had the chance to install it. So today I thought, yeah, let's try give it a go and install it on the 1JZ Toyota Crown. Here is the Crown. What you guys reckon? This is how it's sitting right now. Looks pretty nice. From the back, oofed. So glad we are starting to work on the back now. As you guys can see, we recently added the boot lip spoiler. Maybe now we just got to work on the sides. This is where we're going to be mainly working on today, on trying to attempt to install the Boost controller. So the reason why I say attempt is because honestly I don't even know what I'm looking at or what I'm even doing. Because you guys know me, I'm more of a basic bolt-on type of guy, so this will be a good change and I guess good learning experience. So the first things first we're going to do is get access to the turbo. So I can probably kind of reach in right now, but to make it easier we're going to be removing this intercooler piping, this intake, and I'm pretty sure we might have to remove the J pipe as well. So let's go ahead, do that, and then see what we're dealing with. Alright guys, we've just finished taking all the pipes out. It took longer than expected, but we got there at the end. As you guys can see, we took off the J pipe, we took off the intake, and we also took off the intercooler piping as well. So now we get access to the turbo. Look at that stock turbo, pretty nice, not bad at all. So yeah, I think the lines that we're going to be tapping into today is this one right here on top of the turbo, and the one that goes down to the wastegate, which is I think right there. So yeah, those are the two lines. Like I said, this is my first time doing it. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just going by the instructions, so fingers crossed we can actually get this done. So once again, yeah, these two lines actually connect right there, as you guys can see. So we follow the top one down here, it goes down into the wastegate. Alright, so here it is, the GFB Boost controller. Let's see what we got. Once again, the electronic one, so you can adjust it from the inside. It looks like we got some wiring for the unit lines. Is it vacuum lines, I think? Not too sure. And we got the solenoid here as well. We got some cable ties, some hose fittings, and more lines as well. And then here comes the main part, the fun part. We got the actual unit right here, so we can adjust it from inside the car. Alright, so yeah, BM1, credit to BM1, did all the wiring for me.
I don't know if it works or not, but if it does, yeah. Alright.
Moment of truth. Let's go. Hey! Stop the cat, man. Fast AG works. Let's turn it up to 40 PSI.
Alright, bet.
Alright, you guys saw, so the Boost controller all turned on, and now I'll quickly run through you guys of what we've done so far. I know I skipped the process because, like I said, my first time doing it. So yeah, if you come up close right here, we'll start off with the turbo. So this is where we connected the two hoses. So one right here, one towards the wastegate right there. And if you follow the lines, they come both into the solenoid right there. We plugged in the electrical wires. With my setup with the electrical wires, as you guys can see, it's plugged in. We ran it through the firewall right here, behind the engine, into the firewall. And then if you come to the passenger side right here, behind the battery, there is a rubber grommet right there, and that is where we fed the wires through into the cabin. And with the vacuum line as well, we use this one right here. We use a T hose fitting. We cut that in half, plugged it in, and with the vacuum line right here, plugged it in, And same thing, run it through the passenger side grommet where the electric wires is as well. If you come into the interior, like I said, we fed the vacuum line and the electrical wires through the grommet, which comes down on the left hand side of the passenger footwell, and then we can plug it into the unit. So a lot of people plug their power source into the 12-volt cigarette area, and then you find a ground. The way we did it was slightly different, and we plugged it into a fuse holder or fuse adapter, which I'll show you guys. Alright, so like I said, a lot of people plug it into the 12-volt cigarette area. So what we did, we ran the wires through, and if you come down right here to the fuse box, this is what I was talking about before. We use an adapter. So basically this adapter here, it's pretty cool. So you remove your fuse, you plug the fuse back in, and it has this extra wires, so then you can wire out your power source, if that makes sense. And for the ground, we just wired it right here. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, I recommend using one of these if it's your first time wiring, but yeah, it might stick out though, so the trim might not go back in. Yeah, let's put everything back onto the car and set this up.
That reached about 9.2. Not bad.
9.2 psi.
Yeah. 10.5. Alright. 11.1. Speed numbers go down. Numbers going down. 10.8. So I think it's,
that's the max.
yeah, it already reached its peak, and as you keep speeding up, it goes down.
We're following.
Planted.
Oh, so we went up.
Yeah.
We went up.
Didn't feel the difference though.
Yeah.
But that's
the same.
maybe the gain is what we want, like the higher, like faster spool, yeah.
Now. It's
Yeah.
more aggressive.
It does.
It seems like it comes on more aggressive.
Yeah, it does. Maybe we just want something different.
Yeah. It's
all
all
in our head.
It's all in our head, bro.
12.7.
So guys, that is gonna do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the new GFB Boost Controller install. I kind of wish I could have recorded and explained more to you guys, but like I said, it's my first time doing it, so I was still learning as I was going. So if you follow the instructions, it's pretty much straightforward. The hardest thing is probably to feed the wires into the cabin and probably wiring the actual unit itself. So yeah, I guess that's gonna do it for today's install. The last thing now we have to do, which I probably won't do in today's video, is basically just, you know, tuck in all the wires and finally place this in a spot that we are happy with. So where I'm going to be putting my GFB Boost Controller unit is where the ashtray used to be. So I think you got to mod it a bit so it fits directly in, and it's a bit stealthy because you can close this and then, you know, there'll be nothing there, and then when you open it, you can have the GFB Boost Controller displayed. So still low key, so it's more like if you know, you know. So yeah, I guess this GFB Boost Controller is pretty good as well. When we first drove the car, we were hitting about 9 to 10 PSI, and then as you saw, we played around with the settings and we were able to get about 12.5 to 13 PSI of boost. So yeah, I guess it's pretty good. I still gotta do some research and fine tune of what this car actually does and learn this device as well, as we don't really want to be blowing up the turbo or the engine as well. So if any Crown guys out there who has this GFB Boost Controller and has a sweet spot fine-tuned settings, let me know in the comments down below or in the Instagram DMs. Anyways guys, so that's gonna do it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to give this video a fat like, PHAT, and we'll catch you guys next one. Laters. And guess what happened? We broke down on the side of the road. I don't think we put the intercooler pipe back in enough. Yeah, so this pipe actually popped off from this silicone. So